So the question of tonight is, what major arcana tarot card best represents your character?
I think I got this one locked in. Grotus is the Fool.
That's fair.
Fooling around all the fucking time. That's his job.
I mean, I guess the easy answer would be like, we're all clowns, we're all the fool. Haha!
Somebody's got to be. What are the other ones? Tower, Strength, Lovers, Judge. I don't
Temperance,
remember.
Hierophant.
I don't know.
Okay,
Change
I'll read
my
mine.
answer. Change my answer. Changed answer. I'm Temperance. Grotus is Temperance.
Okay, so the major arcanas of tarot are, here we go. So we have the Fool, the Juggler. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, sorry, I'm reading the wrong. Some of these have different names depending on. Okay, this is the most common. We're looking at the Court de Giverland names, not these other ones. All right, the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, or High Priest, the Lovers, the Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. And if you want more info on what any of those particular ones tend to mean, I can give you some of that too.
I think you and I are on the same page.
Grotus is the Hierophant then. He's the High Priest of his own religion. He's definitely speaking in tongues.
Okay.
Come on, your Wheel of Fortune, unpredictable.
I think pretty predictably, if there's
You're predictably unpredictable.
All right.
if there's a cliff, I'm gonna throw a punch off of it.
The Tower.
The Tower. Okay.
Yeah, that seems fitting.
Really?
The Tower
Destruction,
represents
failure?
destruction.
Danger, liberation, unforeseen change.
All right.
Actually,
The tower generally represents like breaking down
yeah, just
like old patterns and like systems.
Oh, that's
So-
definitely.
So like because I'm Honker is like basically completely rewriting like who and what he is into this chaotic little death goblin.
That's why they're the union rep.
Right, of course. That's his only natural. All right. Braz, Maz, what are you guys thinking for yours?
Looking at this list, I think most fitting for me is the moon.
Okay.
It's got soul and longing. She's always kind of wanting a little bit more. Not always sure how to get it, but
All right. Cool. How about you, Maz?
Well, rather fittingly, I did consider the Fool from Oz, but I think that's kind of what the Fool represents a lot of like her outward projections,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'd say the true card that represents her would be the sun. because like she has such like childlike joy and curiosity, and like even when she's being a little morbid and sarcastic, like she tries to like put a happy spin on shit.
All right, good
I
stuff.
like it.
That was a cool question.
It was fun.
Yeah, I like that one. Nice. All right. Well, let me wait. I already did show the map. But does anybody remember what we got up to last time out here in the Swordlands?
Oh, we had a paranormal experience.
You did.
And something with sharks.
Right. So yeah, you guys made the trip up towards. Well, you did actually make it to Matt and Cleve as well, but you headed up the road to Matt and Cleve, kind of trying to follow a lead about the first person in this string of odd deaths around the area. This old man Kuru. And on the way, you guys happened across some Shunies, they're little pug peoples, that were being attacked by land sharks. They swim in the dirt now. What are they going to fly next? We'll see.
Don't even put that out in the air.
Land sharks, water sharks, air sharks.
Fire sharks.
Fire sharks.
Season 4 Space Sharks.
Space sharks. Laser sharks.
Okay, now I want this show to happen.
Yeah, there was some Shunies that were just some little simple farmer dudes that you guys rescued that were being attacked by these bullets. And they were very, very grateful. They gave you a magical shovel that can just dig like areas for you, which is cool. And they also promised to bring their entire clan to the next show because they were so grateful.
Gave me a turnip too.
That's true, yeah. And they also gave you a little bit of info that there was one of them had a cousin that was in one of the other cities in the I think it was the one way down to the southeast that sings to ghosts or something like that, and might be interesting to talk to.
Oh yeah.
So you have a lead down that direction. But then you got to old Kuru's place, and turns out that place is haunted as shit. And whatever the fuck is going on with old man Kuru, he has got some issues. And some sort of issues that seems to be related to the Vandies, and there's another name that he had mentioned as well, and something about some night lady or something rising and burning them all or whatever. He was kind of crazy, and his paranormal presence had kind of affected the entire farm. There was a bunch of weird stuff going on, windows that were missing, skeletons of horses that were just chilling. Stuff like that. A little spooky. And you guys also went into Matt and Cleve itself. We hit up the tavern, trying to find some other information. You found out that there was like some kind of nice elderly lady that had died like a couple months back. Also, kind of in this chain of just mysterious, just died in their sleep. Headed out to her place and found that like her 3 like grandchildren that she was caring for had just kind of been holding up over there, but they were very interested in joining the circus, and their grandma was like a very devout like follower of a particular god, and they have this whole like musical act with singing and dancing and jumping around and swinging through the air like butterflies, while also singing the good word of this like kind of, I think it was like some nature god. I'd have to pull him back up. That their grandma worshipped. But they were interested, and you guys sent them on their way back to Carrick to hit up the professor and join up with the show. And then you guys headed back to Carrick. So at the moment, we're kind of at the point of it's about to be showtime. We got to get some stuff prepped in town. This is your first show in the Swordlands, the first of this little kind of tour of sorts that you guys have been brought here by Vandy on to kind of help cheer up the area in the midst of all of the kind of dour business going on. So yeah. As you guys are, just kind of around the area where things are getting set up, you guys are setting up kind of on the edge of town by this festival grounds, stuff like that. You are visited by Miss Hayshot, Miss Asho Hayshot. She comes up and finds you all amidst all the hustle and bustle of things being set up, and says, "Well, hello! Glad we all got back from Matt and Cleve fine." She had gone with you up there. She had gone with you up there, by the way, as if you didn't remember.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad we got back fine too.
Well, I wanted to let you know that since it looks like things are getting close to starting with the show around here, Mr. Vandy wanted to offer some assistance to help make sure things go well and you have a good show and you have a good turnout. So if you wouldn't mind stopping by his place sometime today, I think he's got a little something for you.
Yeah, I suppose we can do that. Anything to help put on a good show. I hear these people are close to rioting and overthrowing their king. Not that I would encourage something like that.
Oh, we don't have a king around here on the Swordlands. We're just a farm cooperative.
Oh, that's right. I heard that the people were close to rioting and establishing a king.
Just plant seeds of chaos wherever you go, huh?
Is that king's name going to be I'm Honker?
No, it will be Honker. But yes, we'll go see them. Thank you so much for that bit of information.
Of course. It sounded like those Shoonie fellows we rescued were really interested in coming and seeing the show. Hopefully they turn up. They've got a lot of folks in their clan.
Yeah, I'm really hoping too, because if they didn't, that means they're liars, and Grotus told me what to do to liars.
Sometimes it's okay to not say every thought that comes to your head.
Oh. Okay.
No, don't let them lie to you. Truth flows free. You can't dam up the river and say it still flows. Without killing the fish and the grass and flooding the fields, you gotta let it flow.
Beautiful.
Grotus picks up Honker by, under the armpits and raises him up like Simba and says, "The life, the fount of truth. Speak it up, Honker."
I choose this moment to unveil my new Sprig-Assist Matryoshka.
Oh God.
And I just start screaming as the little Matryoshkas pop out.
God damn it. Headphones fell off.
This is gonna happen sometime in a bad place, and we're gonna be burned as witches.
Yes, most definitely. That's the goal.
Oh, that pulled the cord out. Oops.
And then
Hold
I
on.
turn, as I'm done, I kind of turn my head around. Because if I have no bones, I can just turn it all the way around, and I look at Honker and I say, I look at, Grotus, and I say, will all this be mine someday?
Everything the light touches.
Beautiful.
Are
I
you
immediately
two done,
cast
or
the light
can
spell.
we go about our day?
And especially the places where the sun don't shine.
Okay, as they're doing this, I'm gonna just start walking towards what's-his-face's house.
Sandy's place? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So eventually, whether little ahead of the group or a little later, depending on what little preaching you were in the process of. You guys make it to Vandy's place and head inside, and he like Asha kind of came along with you, and she leads you upstairs to kind of the more residential part of the structure, and leads you into what looks like a bit of an office. You come in here, there's a number of books all over the place, and Vandy is kind of at a desk. Looks like he's working on some paperwork. But he looks up and he sees you, as he sees you guys come in. He's like, "Ah, yes, welcome back. Did you find anything interesting out in Matt and Cleve? Anything that could help our search for answers?"
Found some cute little pug people.
Oh, the Shunies. They're a lovely bunch. We've had many, many interactions with them over the years. They bring so much wonderful produce to the local markets.
Yeah, they have pretty top-notch turnips.
Which was
Other than that, investigations into the random deaths, can't recall any great relevant details at the moment.
Well, that's a shame. Well, the search continues. Hopefully we'll be able to find out more before something else drastic happens. But aside from those dour discussions, it seems like the preparations are going well out on the festival grounds. And I wanted to make sure that, this was your first performance here in the Swordlands, and I wanted to give a little assistance if I could to get the word out there and get the people interested and excited in coming to visit to make sure that this is a great show. So I hope you don't mind, but I have made up some flyers, some bills to be put up around throughout the city, throughout Grange, and some of the smaller villages around the edges here, to try to drum up some support. I hope that isn't imposing.
Why, you goon, you want us to make too much money? What a conspiracy.
He kind of laughs at this. He says, "Well, that is the idea. I would hope that with the success of this, as you continue to travel around the Swordlands and bring joy to these good people, that it will all be a successful venture." But I hope this starts us off on the right foot.
Heck yeah.
All right. So what he's done there is for the generating of anticipation with the usual purchasing of advertisements that you'd have to do. He has thrown in quite a generous amount of funds into the advertising of this show. And let's see, he has done, what tier has he done here? He has done the 8th tier of advertisement. This is so 500 GP worth of ads that he spent on you guys. So that starts you out before we even do anything else at an anticipation of 20. Just from the sheer ads of that alone. And let's see, well, actually there's a little bit more of anticipation because of merch things from previous shows, but at least in terms of that part, that is already in place, and he is happily spreading the word around Grange about y'all. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did the merch. What is the merch ad? Let's see. Merch. Okay, the merch we had previously adds an additional 5, so we're at 25 as it stands base right now. Cool. So with that, and with your blessing on this generous purchase of advertisements to go out around the city. He kind of bids you on your way. He doesn't want to get in the way of the preparations, and hopes that you'll be able to find more information about the other issue as time goes by. So, aside from that, if you guys wish, you can purchase more advertisements on top of that to kind of start getting the anticipation going. Or if you want to add more to that, or we can also do kind of going around and doing little shows in the streets, which we did some of last time to help generate more anticipation for the circus, just with your little "come see us later, come see the rest of it." What are you guys thinking for pumping things up?
What do you guys think? I'm not picky either way.
Yeah, I think. Well, it seems like just doing the little shows kind of seems to work very well for us.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, and assuming that the Shunies keep their word, you already have some sort of promise of a whole clan, however much that is. So you already have some kind of solid base of patrons from however big the Shuni clan is.
And if they don't, we can go do the after party wherever they live.
Bring the show to them. Alright, so if we are doing stuff around town, so this would be a performance check for whoever's going out on the town. And Riz, if you're going out there, I can roll your performance check for you.
Nice.
Nice.
And shoot some fireballs.
Hopefully not any of the local businesses.
No. Vicinity in a large open space.
Okay, so with that roll, Braz, for your little going out there and promoting, so that would be a success. So it would be your level plus your charisma modifier, so 11. Alright, so that puts us up to 36. Alright, how are the rest of you? Are any of you going out there and doing impromptu street art?
Comedia del Arts. Attack!
Alright, Honker, that is also a success. So you would be your level plus your charisma modifier, so 13. Which puts us up to 49.
49 anticipation?
49 anticipation so far.
What was
What was
our
our-
anticipation last show?
Okay, well, so the anticipation at the end of last show, and keep in mind this did factor in some things during the show that also continued to raise the anticipation, because if you remember, critical successes raise excitement and anticipation. So I don't remember what we started at. But the final amount was 83
Holy shit.
last time.
Okay.
But I can't remember what we were before the show itself. I don't have that particular part written down because I changed that as we went along. And the final excitement last time that you guys generated total was 109.
Nice.
So rough estimates to go off of there. So
I think we should leave our anticipation where it's at. Grotus shouldn't hit the streets.
okay, do we just leave it there and let it grow from hopeful critical successes?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll leave that at that. And then for Okay, and we're not doing any additional advertisements on top of the freebie ones we're getting from Vandy.
You guys
No.
think we need to?
I don't think so.
Don't think so? Okay. Sounds good.
He dropped like 500 gold on us, so I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a lot of GP.
Indeed. All right, so the next thing would be is circus upgrades. So we do have a couple things we have access to that we didn't before from the prestige that we received after the successful completion of our last show. So in terms of things we already have that are permanent upgrades, we have a safety net, we have spotlights, and we have acoustics that we purchased previously. In terms of things we don't have yet that we are able to get, there are padded floors, which... Let me get the details on these. Padded floors help so that if there are people who are doing tricks that have the injury trait, they have a lower risk of getting hurt if they fail a trick check. So basically it makes the floors softer for anything that involves possibly hitting the floor. Let's see. We have more bleachers that we can get, which will like increase it. It like helps with the quality of the seating. With those tent expansions, which will help with like increasing the space that we have for audience. And then watermarked tickets, which make forgeries impossible, so you can't have scalpers. Those are permanent, so those are the permanent ones that we don't have so far. Padded floors.
I mean,
Bleachers
a tent
and big
expansion
expansion.
might not be a terrible idea.
I like it. It's expand.
Okay. So tent expansion would be 40 GP. So whoever is footing that.
Or
Can
we
you
wanna split
check
it?
my sheet move?
Yeah, I can check your sheet.
I probably have enough to cover it because everyone else has been covering the other upgrades.
You do. You have like 213 GP.
Yeah, so just take the 40 out of my sheet.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you like the simple things in life. You don't buy a lot of stuff.
I forage for my own trinkets. I don't buy them.
Okay. And then for temporary upgrades, so these would be just for this show. Previously, all we had access to was beer. But now we have access to do things like... Or sorry, we had beer and we had basic merch. Now we have access to beer, confections, disposable binoculars, and then basic merch and quality merch. So in terms of what those do, so the beer generates anticipation for the show, and tricks that involve the audience and have the audience trait get a +2 bonus. However, it does automatically trigger the heckler's random event at some point during the show because people are drunk. Confections generates 2d6 excitement for the show. Disposable binoculars mean that there is no maximum anticipation limit for the show, so it can't like cap out from size. And then for the merch, let's see. Okay, so with the basic merch, our final a portion of the final anticipation gets carried over to the next show because merch spread. And the amount increases to 50% of the final anticipation with the better merch. So.
Okay. Grodus is in favor of serving beer and thinks we should, like, forcibly drug the audience if in a perfect world, or have, like, a drink minimum. And welcomes the challenge of hecklers and would love to belly flop them from the trapeze.
Okay.
Okay, random thought with the confection possibility.
Yeah.
Imagine candied apples decorated to look like I'm Honker's head.
Oh my god!
That's actually a really great idea.
I love
Really good.
that!
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm not against this idea.
Of course you're not.
They shall worship me in effigy.
I'm Honker comes out onto the floor, and there's just like
a sea of
dozens
honker
of
apples in the
people
crowd.
eating his head.
No, I don't think that they would view that as a bad thing.
They don't look like the pops. They don't look quite right. They look like those Ninja Turtles popsicle sticks. They're a little bit, or like those SpongeBob popsicle sticks that look a little smudgy. The gumball eyes that are never in the right spot.
Oh god, those, yeah.
Doesn't look anything like it does on the wrapper.
There was a picture I saw like in like some post in the last week that was like one of those like ice cream trucks. And like it was called Eat the Rich ice cream truck, and like they just had those like shitty ice cream truck popsicles, and it was all like the faces of like billionaires. So you had like Elon Musk popsicle, Bezos popsicle. It's just
Nice.
it's fucking great.
Carnegie Crunch.
Carnegie Crunch. Alright, so I've added anticipation from the beer, and then we get some excitement from the confections. Another 2d6, let me roll that. And 10. Excitement from the confections. Nice. Cool. Are we doing any merch?
Yeah, we definitely want the honker pops.
Okay, well the confections the confections are part of like that our food stuff. Merch would be like, you know, t-shirts and whatever whatever other medieval circus merch there would be. I don't know.
I think we know that we're selling an I'm Honker Matryoshka doll set, right?
Oh my god.
All right. And do we want to stick with basic merchandise? So it's 20 GP for basic merch and 40 GP for quality merch. The basic merch will mean that 25% of our final anticipation gets carried over to the next show, or for the quality, it's 50% of our final anticipation gets carried over to the next show.
Oh, it's basic merch.
Okay, basic merch, that's fine.
Yeah, this is shoddy. Like, I want this stuff to be made by, like, street urchins in Absalom.
Like, this is like repurposed Pikachu dolls that have like Lotus's muscles put on them.
Right. It's just glued on the extra arms.
They're packaged in packages that have the name of the other circus on them.
Oh, yeah, just buying up all of the like surplus from the shutdowns.
Hey, somebody should profit from that.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. All right, so we got those upgrades in place. All right, so non-performer roles for this particular show. So we got stuff like, you know, the animal handler, backup clowns, band leader, carnival barker, clown coordinator, costumer, lighting, medic, pyrotechnic, security guard. These all have different effects on the show. I know, like, previously, I know we had Braz doing a little pyrotechnic support and Maz doing some lighting support. Stuff like that. If any of those appeal to you, let me know and I can tell you what exactly they do or what bonuses they bring.
I don't remember what any of them are, but I would be willing to do
Okay.
something not performing this time.
Sure. So in terms of just a quick rundown of what they are. So Animal Handler gives a +2 circumstance bonus to anyone doing things with an animal trait in their trick. Backup clowns means that you can send in the clowns, which is kind of if somebody critically fails, you can send in the clowns to try to mitigate that a little bit. Normally you can only do that once per act. Doing that lets you do it twice per act if needed. The band leader one allows you to generate anticipation equal to half the band leader's level rounded up after each trick. So basically after each trick happens, you can hype up with the band and hype music. Let's see. Carnival Barker draws in more audience members and increases anticipation. Clown Coordinator lets you send in the clowns as a reaction instead of an action. Costumer gives +1 circumstance bonus to any checks that involve the audience.
Send in the clowns is like cover up a bad thing. That could like also take out a heck.
Yeah, basically what send in the clowns does basically is if say somebody critically fails their roll, sending in the clowns changes that critical fail into just a fail. Or if say you sent them in on a fail, it would turn that fail into a success. So it like moves it up one rank, but you only do it once per act. So it's not like every single time somebody fails you can do it. But the lighting gives +1 circumstance bonus to deception or thievery checks. The medic helps prevent injury, like nobody can become injured from critically failing tricks. The pyrotechnic makes fire tricks generate double excitement. And the security guard negates hecklers or scalpers.
Okay. What do you guys think? Maybe security, since we do have the beer on board?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So we'll have Braz on buzz duty.
Maz can just do lighting again.
Okay. Lighting. Okay. Do we just want to use those for non-performer rolls this time?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So, I have to roll on the random circus events, but because you helped out the Shoonies, they cause a particular random circus event to automatically occur this time, which is overflowing crowd. There's a lot of fucking Shoonies, and they brought them all. They got the whole, like, all the cousins, all the second cousins, everybody. They're all here. You got like an entire chunk of bleacher that is just little pug faces. The whole thing, just whoosh, all of them. Then they were true to their word, and so that boosts the starting anticipation from that whole bunch, from the overflowing crowd. Boosts that by 17. So that puts us up to 75 anticipation to start with. From the very excitable Shoonies. They've been told wondrous tales about you guys. Like, nobody's ever seen your show before, but like those couple of ones you saved, they're just like, they are laying it on thick to the whole family, and they're hyped.
So no pressure.
No pressure.
Okay, this is gonna have to be an awesome show then.
Indeed. All
At
right.
the very
All
least,
right.
we can break out the tennis balls.
Right.
Do we have enough? Do we have enough tennis balls? Did you pack enough?
Okay. So now we're to the point where we got to figure out who's going when. So we have our Act 1 opener, our Act 2 build-up with 2, our big number with 1, and then our finale with 3. So aside from you guys, of course, in terms of the NPCs that we have available to us, And we do have a new one as well. The trio of siblings that you guys recruited. So we have our original group, of course. We have, Eliza, Mordane, Dwarven Throwers, Featherfall 5, Flamboni Sisters, and whatnot. And then more recent ones, we have Kalkek, Mist Dancer, the Pegasus, Ufi, basically a waterbender, Flynn, the other one who does fire tricks, and then the Sirens of the Spheres, which are these trio of siblings that do like a dance musical number.
And for the opener, that's one act, or
The opener is one act. Yeah, the opener is one act. The build-up is 2 acts. The big number is 1 act. The finale is 3 acts.
So how about for our opener, the trio? For our second act, the fire and water duo.
Like
it. Let's make them a fucking duo. And then the big finale is 3, you said, right?
Yep.
And the 3, that can be some of us PCs thrown down.
Okay. All right, so we'll have Ufi and Flynn for that. Oh yeah, who do we want for the big number?
Definitely, I'm Honker.
Yes.
He's our Mario, Mickey, Sonic.
All right. Mario, Mickey, Sonic.
Pikachu. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so for the finale, we got 3 slots. I assume we want Grotus for one of those.
And then I guess the Goblin Sisters. That would be 2 more if y'all are up for it. Or you guys want to do 2 separate acts, or you guys want to do 1 act?
me and Maz.
Can they be one?
We're
Like
non-performing this time.
You're doing what now?
We're doing non-performing.
Okay, then Grotus and Miss Dancer.
Okay, Miss Dancer.
Your 2 finales.
Okay, we have one more slot in the finale. It's 3.
Then let's do.
Let me share this.
Have we done the Dwarven Throwers in a while?
We got it. You haven't used them yet. We got it.
We haven't used them yet this time. No.
Let's go ahead and throw them in there then.
Okay.
Yeah, do we have like a list of all of these?
Yeah, I just shared that. If it didn't share, I'll try it again.
You did.
It did. Okay.
Oh, there it is. It is still slow.
Yeah, it's those. It doesn't quite have everything in there organized very well, but
Okay. I just never remember everybody's name. That's more so what I need.
yeah, that's fine.
We all know I don't do good with names.
Okay. Cool. So if you recall last time, we were slowly figuring out more of how the circus system works as we go along, and as we figured out last time in terms of how the tricks work. So you have your trick, and you can do up to 3 checks. You don't have to do 3 checks, but you can do you have 3 actions. Sorry, you have 3 actions like you would if this was a battle, and you can just do 1. You can do 2. You can do all 3. The second and third ones do incur that kind of similar penalty like you do with like 3 attacks. But that is also the chance if you don't woof those, that's more excitement to potentially generate from those. So as we go through, just like I did last time, we'll have you do your trick, and then we'll ask if you would like to keep going with your trick, or if you would like to call that good, and continue to do some rolls. I do still have a list here of what you guys figured out last time. Not too much has changed, because we only recruited 1 new person, which was the Sirens of the Spheres, which I think the only new possible thing they added was they added the dance trait was a possible one. But we already had musical from somebody else. Tricks. Here it is. Here we go. So this is what we had from last time. So we have Honker with a musical magical trait doing performance and will save checks with their I'm Honker and the Spooky Kids act. We have Grotus with agile and water traits doing reflex saves and acrobatics checks for Cheersing a Million Celestials act. Moz with prop, with athletics and acrobatics doing the menacing Moz, and then Braz for fire animal attack roll and acrobatics with the blazing sparkles. Do we want to make any changes to your tricks?
I'm still gonna be reflex and reflex and deception.
Reflex and deception, okay.
How can I make myself deception? Do I need a new thing to do that?
No. So the checks that you decide to use are up to you.
Okay.
So we can change those out at any time. The main thing that would change things is like the traits, because the traits give like different bonuses depending on. So for example, your agile trait gives you you get less of a penalty on like those second and third rolls. And the water trait is a +1 to trick checks that use athletics.
Okay. And with the dancing trait, we would have to be performing at the same time as those dancers, or do we just all have the dancing trait available?
No. So whenever we get a new person that joins the circus, like their particular traits become part of like the pool of possible traits that you can choose from to build your signature act. So you're not necessarily performing with them, but you just get that information since you have somebody who's proficient in that.
So I could now incorporate dancing trait into my act.
Yeah. And what dance does, if you did incorporate that, is you get bonuses from performers using Co-Star, which let me double check what that is really quick here. Here it is. Okay, so Co-Star basically means that if you are in an act where there are at least like 2 different performers going on, so not the opener and not like the big number. So the other acts where you have multiple things in different rings, you can use Co-Star, which means that basically you can aid each other on your trick checks. So that like adds like a bonus to the trick check, since you kind of Co-Star with each other across the circus rings.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be what the dance trait would do, is you can utilize that bonus.
So can't incorporate that with our current setup. All right, that's no worries then.
Well, you could. You could, because like for instance, like with Grotus, you're in the finale, so there is you in a ring, Miss Dancer in a ring, Dwarven Throwers in a ring. You could utilize Co-Star in that instance because there's 3 different acts going on at the same time.
Okay, so I could roll to aid Throwers or Miss Dancer.
Yeah, and they can also
Honker,
aid
we're
you.
all part of the same finale.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'm replacing. What was the perk from water tree?
The water one boosted athletics, which you currently aren't doing a check for anyways.
Yeah, replacing water with dance.
Dance. Okay. Hi, Coco. I hear you screaming. Oh, okay. And Honker, are you sticking with musical and magical?
Yeah.
Since you're the only other PC doing stuff this time in here. Cool.
Yep.
All right. We'll keep that with that then. Everybody else will be there. Let me just transfer these roll numbers here so I have them in an easier spot. So let's see. Sirens are level 10 DC. And they get plus 18 perf, plus 20 religion. Goofy gets plus 16 acrobatics and plus 18, or sorry, plus 14 occultism. Flynn is plus 16 intimidation and plus 16 performance. And Honker we have as himself, and Grotish as himself, and Miss Dancer 8. plus 17 acrobatics and plus 16 performance. And then lastly, the Dwarven Throwers. Oop. Where is their little here? Okay, so they are at level with acrobatics plus 11 and athletics plus 12. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we are all set. Everything is sorted and we can get to the show. Sweet. All right. So, you guys are all backstage. And the bustle and chatter from the crowd is quite loud out there. You see from on the other side of the curtain, you kind of peek out between them and see. Place is packed. You have, the bleachers. You guys even made the tent a little bigger. And it is still packed. You have loads of patrons. And like I said, you got like a whole chunk of bleachers that is just pure pugs. The whole fling. And then plenty of other local folks around here in various states of attire. You've got, you can see Opper up in there as well.
I'm sorry. Did we buy the beer upgrade?
You did buy the beer upgrade, yes.
Okay, so they're drunk pugs. Thank you. Continue.
Nice.
Yep. We got drunk pugs. We got people chomping on little apples that look like Honker's head. People are pretty hyped.
Got it.
And we got there's some people in between the bleachers on the ground. There's people kind of in the front of the bleachers a bit on the ground. Like, it seems like the advertisements that Vandy put out worked pretty well as your little shows around Carrick too. And some word has traveled as well of course from these Shoonies. The area is interested to see what you guys can do. So we start up the show with the Sirens of the Spheres. So the triplets, they go out and take the spotlight, and they begin this series of dance and kind of acrobatics up and over each other, and all the while like singing this song about the joy of, I should find what god it is that they are for. Hold on.
While this happens, Grotus hierophants and makes religious sounding music to help their dancing.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, your music just scared the shit out of my cat.
Where did that go? Ah, here it is. Desna, found it. Okay. Desna is the god that they are for. And just to refresh my own memory, which deity that is. Desna is a deity of the goddess of travel and journeys and freedom and luck. And it's kind of represented by this kind of big purple ethereal butterfly looking symbol, which the trio here is currently kind of mimicking their dance. They've got like there's the boy and his two sisters, and he's currently like holding up both of his sisters on like each of his hands, and like the way that they're kind of contorting their arms and their legs, they kind of make this like gigantic like butterfly shape all while they continue singing this song about Desna. And they do a religion check. with that. And roll a 33, which is a success. All right. Let's see. Where is my... I have a whole bunch of windows open right now from all of this circus planning. Hold on, let me clear some of these out so I can see what I'm doing.
Great, we appreciate you.
Let's see. Excitement. Ah, here it is. Generate excitement with tricks. Okay. Excitement equal to the tricks level. Okay, so that generates 10. That's right. I couldn't remember what the calculation for that was. So they continue with their performance, and their little after their little display with the butterfly symbol, and they decide to do a performance check as they kind of do these graceful jumps off of their brother's hands to land on the ground, and they roll a nat 20. Let's see, and with that bonuses on that is a critical success. So it totals up to a 38, which it's double the excitement. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, and then that also increases the anticipation. All right. And seeing as things are going so well, they decide to go ahead and do all 3 rolls. And they finish with the brother in the group. He begins kind of singing this song about his the devotion of his grandmother and the life that she lived, and like the beautiful service that she did to her community. And it, let's see here. And with their bonuses to religion, that is another 38. That's another critical success. And it really touches the hearts of a lot of the folks in the audience. You know, there's a lot of followers of Desna in the area, and so that kind of speaks to a lot of these farmers' hearts. And you succeed that. That puts the anticipation up as well. All right, so we're starting off pretty good. We're starting off with 40 excitement from their rolls alone. Or sorry, not 40. 30 excitement from their rolls alone. So that's not bad at all. So their act closes out. We come out to the build-up, which we have Oofy and Flynn, this nice fire-ice dichotomy going on. And, you know, on each side of, you know, we have them on kind of each side of the farther rings. And you can see sometimes like the water and the flames from each of them kind of crossing each other as they shoot off into the, you know, towards the roof of the tent. Kind of make an interesting interplay going on there. So let's do some rolls here. So Oofy comes out the bat with a roll on his occultism, which gets us a 14 plus, that's a 28. That's a success. So that it generates 8 excitement. And then Flynn, he also does a roll on his intimidation with the fire, breathing it around into the audience here. And that rolls with his bonuses, a 24, just barely succeeds. That's still a success nonetheless. Let's see. And they both decide to continue to a second round of their trick, since things are going fine so far. And Oofy does he kind of bends this kind of water path of sorts. It's like this wide, flat path of water, and it kind of flows up and around the ring that he's in, kind of up into the middle as well. And he does these kind of acrobatic leaps, and somehow looks to be like walking up this path like it's solid. Even though you all know that it's just made out of water. And with that roll, the acrobatics, 13, it's 29. Another success. And then Flynn continues with his performance, and he decides to kind of blow fire in Ufi's direction, and he decides to kind of light the entire edge of this like water path with like these little jets of flame, and rolls a 32, which is a success. And with that, both of them decide that is good enough for their performance out there together for the build-up, and we move on to the next act with Honker, the big number, with his spooky gang. What you doing, Honker?
So I will, of course, come out on my little clown car. Juggling as usual, except for I have summoned an unseen servant that is also juggling.
Okay.
And we're like passing stuff back and forth. And
Okay.
I think that works. Classified as magical.
Okay. Do you want to do a performance check or a will save for that?
Always performance.
Performance. All right, performance check all the way.
Nice.
33, which I think, let's see, for the table for what level we are. That is a critical success. So it looks like with our, where we at with the table, you'd have to be, it's a 22. So, nice. So that would be, your level is 9. And that also adds half of the anticipation from that. So it puts us at 89. Okay. Do you continue with your trick?
Yes. Then I will bend over and pop out the other guys. They're all juggling too, and we're juggling each other while screaming.
Okay.
Is that another performance check, or do I got to do something else?
So the way you set this up is
across the board, right?
It's you can either do, you've chosen to either do a performance check or a will save for all of the things that you do. So it's either one of those, whichever one.
Okay.
36. That's another critical success.
And that's probably for the best that we stop here.
Okay. All right. So with that, that puts us to, let's see, 3. All right. And while you were kind of doing that second part of your trick there, Braz, you did notice that there seemed to be a particularly drunk group of farmers in one particular section that looked like they were about to do some heckling during the big number on Honker, but thanks to you being on security duty, manages to step in and escort them to the side to kind of sober themselves up a bit without disturbing the performance. So, nice job on that.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. All right, so let's total up what we have so far before we go into the finale and see how we're looking. So we started out with an excitement of... Let's see, we had 10 plus 30 plus 16 plus another 16 plus 18. Okay, so here's where we stand. The anticipation is currently at 93 from all of the bonuses and the various critical successes so far. The excitement is currently at 90. So, for a success, we have to exceed anticipation. For critical success, we have to match anticipation, which is the harder thing to do. So, things are looking pretty good so far, unless we really, really fuck up the finale. It seems like things are going to at least be a success. So yeah, that's where we are. Just keep that in mind as we continue. So,
I'm sorry, repeat the anticipation number.
The anticipation is at 93, and the excitement is at 90. 90, yeah. So anytime you guys do a trick, a success generates excitement equal to your level, or the level of whoever is performing the trick. If it's a critical success, that also adds half of your level to the anticipation. Critical failures decrease excitement, and then just regular failures don't do anything. They don't add any excitement, they don't add any anticipation.
Got it.
So
I really want a critical success and nothing else. But a success will be okay.
Indeed.
Go for it.
All right. So Honker is finished their little show with their matryoshkas, and the crowd has quite enjoyed the big number, and kind of buoyed up also by the kind of mascot confectionery treats, plastered with Honker's signature grin across the front. And we move into the finale as all three of the acts move out into their respective rings with Grotus and Mist Dancer and the Dwarven Throwers. Grotus, what are you doing?
Grotus is going to again start banging his own music out and then dancing to it in a deceptive, agile dance where he appears more drunk than he is and looks like he's constantly about to fall off the edge. And for the co-star bonus, the Dwarven Throwers are throwing things at him that he is then catching and throwing back in rhythm as part of the dance.
Okay, so they're giving a plus. Let me check if it's +1 or +2. Where is that? Other show actions, co-star. Here it is. Okay, so they. Okay, so it basically so basically for co-star they perform the same check as whatever check you are doing, and if it passes, that aids you. So
we're doing reflex checks.
Reflex checks. Okay. Dwarven Throwers reflex.
I think they know this dance.
With their bonuses that they would get for reflex, that would get them to, they get them up to a 20, which would pass for their level that they are. So they're good. So you are aided for your roll. Okay, so with aid, that would be a 36.
Rolls, oh my god.
Right, very nice. All right, so 36, and with the level that you guys are right now, that is a critical success. So that's a 9.
That 9 is where Grotus bows out. He makes it short and sweet. He's like Prince. He's back in the limo.
Short and sweet. All right. And then as for Mist Dancer and the Dwarven Throwers, let's see. Oh, hold on. What are we at? So we're at 97. Okay, so we're currently at anticipation is 97. Excitement is 99, so we are succeeding currently. That's good.
Yeah.
So if we somehow can get anticipation up just a little bit and excitement up not quite as much, we can even those out and get a critical success. We'll see if that happens. All right. And we'll say, so for these, we'll do the rolls for the first things of Mist Dancer and Dwarven Throwers, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether they continue or not. Because you guys got an eye on this show, and we want to see if we can get that or not. So, Mist Dancer, with crowd is closing out their little drunken dance here. Miss Dancer does the classic swoop over the crowds as their Pegasus self, doing an acrobatics check for that. Rolling with their bonuses. 15, 6, 33. Okay, so that gets us to critical success. That adds 8. And then the Dwarven Throwers, they, along with Miss Dancer, are kind of doing this tossing each other routine as Miss Dancer comes back around off of the crowd. He kind of swoops across the middle of the rings, like right in between these kind of like juggling of each other that the Dwarven Throwers are doing. Let's roll theirs up here. Okay, so with that and their athletics, that's a 17, which is a success, and their level is 5. Okay, so currently we are at 97. We are at 112 for excitement and 97 for anticipation. So we're currently a success, as it is. Do we want to call it there, or do we want to try to do some more actions on those two to see if we can maybe get a crit and boost the anticipation some more, see if it catches up? Actually, I don't know. Hold on, let me see if that would be.
I don't think it'd be possible.
I don't think it'd be mathematically possible as it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, Xeno's rabbit. It's never going to catch up.
You are correct. Yeah, mathematically it's impossible that we could have a critically successful show this time. So
We could be tangentially closer, like forever getting closer but never touching.
yeah. So do we want to have them call their act for now and just call it a success as it is, or throw in some extra excitement for shits and giggles?
I think we can call it there.
I think we can call it there. Okay. So with that closing swoop, the Dwarven Throwers come down, Miss Dancer comes down, and the curtain comes down on all of y'all. Another successful show here in the Carrick Grange, the beginning of your Swordlands tour. Let's see how we do on the payout. So final totals here. So we had 112 on the excitement. And then let's see. All right, so the math for that prestige, our prestige level is currently 8 plus. All right, so for payout, looks like we made hold on.
350.
Not 350. We made 105 gold. Let's see. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to do that extra little multiplicative thing here. Hold on. So that would change that to 155. Sorry, 155 gold as profit. Throw that into the party sheet here and distribute accordingly, which I think was like 40 more than last time, so that's pretty nice. 40 more GP than last time. 5, 60. All right, let's distribute. Where the fuck did they move? Oh, there it is. Okay. Nice. All right, so a nice 42 GP and some change distributed across the party to the 4 of you. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right. And after the show, as you know, people are heading out. You know, Braz, like you're kind of out in the crowd a bit still as the security, and you know, a lot. You keep getting so many of these Shunies coming up to you, including some of the ones that were the ones you rescued the other day, and you know, vigorously shaking your hand and telling you how much fun they had, and they were so grateful that they came, and also thank you for saving uncle or cousin or brother or whoever relation that the person is shaking your hand currently happens to be of the ones you guys rescued the other day. So you are kind of overwhelmed by this joyous throng of little pug-faced dudes.
Did any of them bring me a turnip?
Any of them bring you a turnip? I'm sure if you asked, one of them would probably give you one. They are pretty overjoyed with the performance and the other things that you've done for their family. So you do end up with a few extra turnips in your pockets from these happy Shuni farmers. And Mr. Vandy approaches the others of you that are in backstage afterwards, and you know, he kind of claps his hands kind of joyfully in your direction. He says, "That was quite a turnout. What a show! I am very excited to see what else you can do in the other areas around the Swordlands as you travel. This is fantastic. I am very excited for the joy that you're going to bring to this land. Well done all around."
Awesome. All the competition's dead because they knew that we would just be better than them. So we appreciate the compliment, but it's not altogether unexpected.
Well, I'm glad that we are continuing your successful record of shows. You know, the words that I've heard from, you know, across the Isles, you know, seemed like your shows in Escadar were quite a sight to behold as well, and well, you certainly lived up to the reputation. I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased that I brought you all here, and look forward to your developments in the future.
Well, we're planning something special for our next one. Just you wait.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I will be more than happy to assist however I can in your other travels around the Swordlands. I might not be quite as in-depth connected in some of the other cities as I am here, but please do let me know when you decide to do another show, and I'll see if I can offer you any assistance. If this is a success in all the places you go, then I am a happy man, and so is the Swordlands.
Yeah, the people will stop noticing all the bodies going missing, and they'll stop all them whisperings we heard about wanting a king. They kept saying, "We want a great wooden king," and I was like, "Oh, that's bad talk in a commune." But
I think what wooden Eridan is what this world needs right the fuck now.
A wooden king. He kind of chuckled. That's a bit of an interesting idea they seem to have gotten into their heads, but well, if things are going awry in the land, well, I can't blame people for coming up with interesting ideas.
If we can make Honker a god and I'm his cult leader, that would be fucking good for like 6 months to 5 years at least.
Time range.
Wonderful.
I'm just trying to play all the cards I'm dealt by the good lords.
All right.
I'm just trying to become a good lord.
Nice. All right.
This campaign's gonna end with I'm Hunker being like the emperor of everything.
Yeah, turns out I'm Honker was the BBEG at the end of the clown campaign all along. All right, so another successful show for Carrick. And there's 3 other main towns that he's requested that you go to at some point and do a show. Those being the Castanley and Turpin Row and Battencleave, which you've already visited, which is kind of just up the road. But those are the 3 main settlements that he hopes that you would be able to travel to and do some good. But for now, this one is behind us. Let me pull up my...
So that was our carrot show, just to be clear.
That was the Carrick show. So that was the start of our tour in the Swordlands. So we have three more shows over the coming months of sessions that will happen in the other areas. So, in terms of things we have a lead on right now, and we'll do our little break here in a moment here. But we have there's this tower. The closest tower is the Wellspring Tower, which is over near Matt and Cleve. You guys, did see it from a distance when you were over there at Kuru's place, and you were able to see, like, in the land kind of around it, this kind of weird yellowing, kind of witheringness that seems to be centered on the tower. That locals have mentioned seems to be fucking with the land a bit. And it's also one of the Aeon towers that you are interested in visiting for other reasons. And then, of course, the other 2 towers are further inland by some of the other settlements as well. We also have some information in terms of there's that Shuni's, cousin, who I believe is in Castanley, who supposedly sings to ghosts, which could be an interesting lead, or also possibly an interesting circus act to incorporate. Let's see. Let me double check where
I want to
exactly
see if she can talk to ghosts and souls. And if she can talk to souls, maybe she can talk to the other part of my soul.
Possibly. Yes, she is in Castanley. Her name is Baralu, and she is a gravedigger in Castanley and sings to ghosts, according to her cousin that you rescued.
Maybe that would be a need for her to keep doing. We have a lot of acts. I think we should hit the Wellspring Tower direction first.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing to note with the just before whenever we do get to the next show, sense the excitement that you get is based on the level of the performer. These newer performers that we're getting are higher level than the original ones. I've leveled up the original ones a little bit as we've gone along, because otherwise they'd still just be level 1 and would generate 1 excitement on a success, which doesn't do a lot for us right now. So that all of our original crew are currently level 5. I've leveled them up a little bit, but yeah, the new ones, the trio we just got, they're level 10. They're actually 1 level higher than you guys, performance wise. So the more new people we get, the more acts we possibly get, and more options we get, and more excitement we get. So then there's also the you guys did try to go talk to the clergy in Carrick about this people dying business, and the guy who runs the church here is currently down in Turpin Row on some sort of business. So he's down there if you're wanting to continue inquiring of the clergy as to mysterious deaths. But yeah, in terms of close things, the Wellspring Tower is definitely the closer option right now.
We got to go all the way to Turpin Road to follow up on our next bit about the mysterious bodies. Then that one's going to have to go in the cooler for now.
Yep.
Looks like a long ass trip, and we got resonant echoes to fucking
Okay, so with a successful show behind us, we're going and heading back up to Matt and Cleve to kind of suss out some more information and figure out what's going on with this tower up there. So you let the rest of the circus folk know that you guys are planning to take the next show that direction, and so they will on their own time take things down and head up that way to get ready for whenever the next show happens to be. But in the meantime, you guys strike back out up the road, thankfully without dealing with any land sharks this time along the way, and make it to Matt and Cleve, the little 2,000 person farming collective village place here, without too much anything wild going on. So as we're in the area here, if we're wanting to collect or try to get any information that we can could certainly ask around town, see what we can find out, what people are talking about, what's the buzz. And to do so, you're going to want to roll diplomacy check.
Yeah, I will do that. This is actually the thing that I originally took the entourage for. They give you a +1 to this.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Feat. I think it's a +1, but it's a bonus to that. And if I need to send them out to find information and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll roll the diplomacy.
Yeah, whoever's going out into town, chit-chatting with folks, trying to see what you can find out, go ahead and roll diplomacy. So any of you.
Now, the idea is then that they would go out and be doing this information gathering via the way a clown would, walk along and kind of stumble and kind of fall and juggle a little bit as they catch themselves and turn everything into a little bit of a show, which would let me use another feat which would allow me to roll diplomacy for this.
Okay.
It's my versatile performance feat. I'm not just bullshitting.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
39. Hell yeah.
Shit.
Okay. So, let's see. The information that you get quick from your little performance here is the gentleman that you're kind of walking along with, doing your little song and dance with here. He tells you the tower out there is called the Wellspring because the sweet water spring bubbles up at its base, though I heard it dried up. But the best way to reach it is there's a little footpath from Fernie. Otherwise, you end up climbing over half of the fences in the district.
Okay, so we got a shortcut in Fernie. Footpath. That's a good thing to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it saves you a lot of awkwardness cutting across fields. All right, Browse, Grotus, you guys doing any sniffing around?
I'll try, even though diplomacy is not my strong suit.
Hey, it's strong enough for what it needed. All right, so you, Braz, find out. So you're talking to someone just kind of about Matt and Cleve, and they tell you that Matt and Cleve has been the richest farming in the Grange for as long as anyone can remember, but that's all changing the last year or so. The blight has been spreading through the area from the southeast farms. That's the first time that crops have failed in the Vert as far back as I can remember.
In the southeast? You mean the ones closer to the Wellspring Tower?
Yeah, from the direction of the Wellspring Tower, yeah.
Shit. Has anyone been up there recently to see if maybe there could be an explanation of the source?
Let's see. Grotus, give me a diplomacy roll for you checking into this.
Gotta check into it, and I also have the ability of discreet inquiry.
Ooh.
I can gather my subtle in your efforts to learn things. I'm poorly paraphrasing. I'm shifting
not
senses. It's not
monologue.
working. This is the description is written in second person. I was speaking in third. Anyway, here we are. The second person. You are subtle in your efforts to learn the things you need to know. When gathering information, you can hide the true subjects of your inquiry among topics of a little interest to you without increasing the difficulty check or taking more time to gather information. So without really revealing that I'm looking for information about the Wellspring Tower, I'm going to be looking for information about the Wellspring Tower.
Okay. So, indirectly you find out information about this you find that the... Okay, yeah, I guess if you roll, but that was good. Your roll's still good. All right, so you find out that the Wellspring Tower is one of the legendary towers that dot this part of the land, but they're all in ruins. Nobody goes to the Wellspring Tower much, but it's up by... the way to get there is up by Fernie. It's a small village of Shunies, and their pipeweed and hops are fantastic, let me tell you.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, Grotus just walks through the person that said their pipeweed and hops are the best in the direct, cardinal direction that they pointed.
Alright. So, Fernie is a little... Like I said, it's a little Shuni village, which is just northeast of Matt and Cleve, about, 3-ish miles up the road. And, evidently there's also a footpath that's easier to get to the tower from over there. So you guys want to head to Fernie?
Yeah, we should head to Fernie to post up, gather information, and then head out in the night, but not do so much as to put any of these locals in danger.
Okay. All right. So you said you're heading out in the night, you said?
I mean, yeah, we want to set up I don't know what the travel times are specifically, but I'm assuming whenever we should set up from Fernie down this footpath towards Wellspring Tower in a more...
Okay.
That would be something we start at dawn, I'm assuming.
Okay. So get to Fernie and then have a night, and then in the morning go to Wellspring Tower.
Fernie seems like a chill place to crash if you can get a spot.
It seems like it would be, since it's a Shuni town. It's like all Shunis mostly, and you're already on pretty good terms with them, it seems. I mean, they all came to your show. Possibly the entire town of Fernie was already at your show.
So we have some cred. We have colorful balls to throw. We're good.
All right.
Get some more turnips from them.
So as you guys kind of make your way up the road towards Fernie here, we'll get the picture of these little goobers back up here for you guys.
Love it.
So yeah, you notice, especially once you kind of turn off the main Verdant Passage road to this kind of smaller path that heads to Fernie directly. Because the main path is more of a proper road. That other symbol that's kind of going along the path to Fernie, that's a farm track. So it's it's mostly ruts, like a rut road from the carts. And not a rut road because they're dogs and talk like Scooby. And then the dotted paths are like trails, like footpath trails. But as you guys get off the main drag here and kind of start heading up the farm track towards Fernie here, you definitely can see out in the fields. It's all these little Shuni guys. They're out here, they're out tilling, they're out tilling and plowing and gathering and doing what they can in their fields here. And you see kind of Fernie in the distance, kind of up on a little hill, just on the edge of this kind of little forest here. And it doesn't seem very big. Definitely not as large as Matt and Cleve even, which is already pretty small. And as you get into town, it's all Shunis everywhere, and they're all pretty excited to see you. And you have One of them comes up to you, which is one of the ones from the other day, which I did write down somewhere. Where are they? Where are they?
Percival the Pug.
Where are they?
That was his name. I deny anything you say. His name is Percival.
Stanley.
Here it was. Their names were Bangama, Hegwar, Burnbomon, Mapord, and Horberdu. And Hegwar, or Hegi, was the one that got eaten by land sharks, unfortunately. Horberdu was kind of the main guy that was talking to you guys. But this one in particular is Burnbomon. But yeah, Burnbomon sees you guys, and he kind of excitedly motions to a couple of the other Shunies that are near him here, and he's like, "That's them! That's them! Them's the ones that rescued us!" And the other ones, they kind of look up and they see you, and they also kind of recognize you from the circus as well. Because looking around, like, this town is probably like 100-ish people, which checks out math-wise to about how many you expect would have fit on those bleachers. So yeah, this entire town of Fernie was at your show. All the Shunies, they brought the whole gang. And they're all kind of quickly, the ones that are in town here at least, are all kind of quickly gathering around you, and they're like, "You came to visit! You came to visit! You saved Uncle Burnbomon! You saved, Horberdu, R.I.P. Heggy, and whatever, he was a good boy." But they are very happy to have you here. And Burnbomon is like, "So what brings you to Fernie? Are you guys doing a show here or in the area? It was so wonderful. We all went and saw you the other night. I waved. I don't know if you saw us up in the crowd. There was a bunch of us, but that was quite an excitement."
No, you guys were what I needed to put me over the edge. You were absolutely important, every bit of it. Fucking so stoked to be here. You guys rule.
And like,
You're why we do this.
They are so happy. They are overjoyed to hear that they have been such a boon to you all. But yeah, amongst as they're all kind of gathering around here, you see kind of Horberdu, the one that you guys had kind of talked to a bit more previously, kind of coming out from a building, and he kind of comes over in your direction. He says, "Oh, hello! Welcome to Fernie. This is our humble little village. We're so honored to have you here. You're heroes. You saved my life. What can we do for you here? What can we do? How can we help?"
Oh, we're not heroes. We're just goofy goobers, but we light shit up for people like you. You will keep the wheels turning on this psycho train. Glad to be here in Fernie. Love this town. There's like an echo in his voice, like he's speaking into an arena microphone. Like when Led Zeppelin started playing like tertiary markets in the early 80s.
Oh, there you go.
I love you, Topeka. And so yeah, just kind of jazzing them up, and mostly just looking for like a good place to crash. And if anybody has been straight south of here or knows the way, and be willing to Sherpa us up that footpath, we'll take care of the rest. But we think you got an issue up at your tower, and Lord knows we're the ones to fix it.
So Horberdu is, overjoyed at all this news, and he says, "Yes, we certainly have a place for you to stay. It's not too much, but we have a small, kind of bed and breakfasty type inn. We don't get too many visitors here in Fernie, but sometimes the odd person comes by. But you could certainly stay there, and we couldn't bear to charge you for it, for all that you've done for us. You've brought us joy, and you've saved our lives. So please, on us, have a wonderful rest there. As for the tower, well, I haven't gone down there in quite a while myself. Many of us haven't. There's been strange rumors that the things have dried up, and there's like this weird kind of curse around the land around it that's been affecting the crops, and it's a little spooky if you ask me. I don't dare get too close, but if you want to take a look and, maybe solve another one of our problems, well, I can certainly show you in the right direction, but once we get too close, you might have to go on yourselves. I think I've had enough danger recently for my own tastes.
If we do it, will you all come to our next show?
Oh, of course. We would be delighted to come to your next show. Are you doing another one in Carrick? Or are you coming up closer?
Gonna be your Matt and Cliff!
Yeah, what he said.
At this, all of these shootings that are around you are visibly excited. And, thanks to the power of magic, none of these pug people have stereotypical pug breathing problems, so that's great. That has been solved. They just look this way and don't have medical issues. But they are very
Thank
excited.
God.
We're just gonna go like bah, 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 and throw out like beer tickets, only redeemable at the Matt and Cleve show.
Yeah. But yeah, he's very excited about this. He says, "Oh, you're coming to Matt and Cleve. That's even better. Oh, that'd be so close. I mean, we all made it down to the last one, but I mean, it's much less of a trip to just go down the road to Matt and Cleve. You can bet we'll be there."
Hell yeah, that's why we wanted to come on down. We got the big tent for you guys.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, whenever that goes on, you can bet the whole village of Fernie will be there to support you. And especially if you do something about that tower too, well then we will sing the songs. We will sing your songs far and wide as best as we can.
Don't worry about it, buddies. We got it covered. Keep on being cool. We're gonna. And he immediately just passes out.
So
Breathing problems.
the little bed and breakfast here that he mentions in Fernie, it is fairly small, but there is enough space for there are a couple beds that two of you are going to have to. They kind of set up, are able to get some kind of blankets and rough kind of straw mattresses kind of on the floor for the other two of you. Like I said, they usually don't get a whole lot of visitors here in Fernie. But you're kind of cared for by the kind of elderly Shuni gal who runs this place, who kind of introduces herself to you as Rushaya. And she also seems to be kind of the village elder leader of sorts. Like, they don't really have much need for, too much bureaucracy here in Fernie. But, she's the old one, and so, they kind of look to her as kind of a figurehead of sorts of the community. But she, gets you all a delightful dinner, plenty of turnips, bras,
Yes.
don't worry. But other good, nice, fresh farm goods as well. And, over the dinner table, she, converses with you all about, about your adventures and about, your visits here and, of course, what you've done for the people of her town. If you want to... And you want to do another diplomacy check, you can see if you can get any other information out of Rushaya.
I'll be happy to do that
Okay.
by telling some jokes. Let me think.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I've got a good joke. All right. Have you ever heard how crazy a squirrel's diet is, guys? People say it's just completely nuts. And then I'll roll my diplomacy.
Nice. Good joke. Good relatable to good country folk joke about squirrels. That gets her in a hoot here. And you manage to kind kind of get some information because you're asking about like this tower, and she'd heard from Horberdew that you were interested in going and taking a look there. But she gets up from the table, and she kind of goes over to kind of one of the front windows of this little bed and breakfast. It kind of motions you all over to come take a look. But she kind of points out the window here, and you can see off in the distance the Wellspring Tower, kind of towering over there behind this little bit of a forest. And you can see that there is a small sphere at the top that kind of orbits around it, much similar to the spheres that you guys have come across at the other tower you visited. But she mentions to look closely at it. And you guys kind of look at it a little more, and like as you guys have been traveling around here, like the Wellspring Tower is pretty visible. During the daylight, you didn't really notice this as much, but in the evening and as the sun has gone down, you can see that while there is a glow coming from the small sphere, it's unsteady. It kind of wavers, and every once in a while, it kind of dims to what looks like a dull brown color every 10 or 20 seconds or so as it's spinning around here, and then it kind of perks back up and goes back to its usual glow, but then it just kind of goes like and goes back down to this kind of dull brown, much more noticeable at night than it is during the day. He says, I'd have no idea what might be going on with it up there, but something ain't right. It used to just glow pretty and true, all hours of the day and night, and bless the whole land with its light. But something rotten's up there. I don't know what. And, well, I ain't of the age to go take a look-see for myself.
Brother, I feels you. You're right on every point of that. There's something rotten up there. You would have gone and fixed it. You are too old. But I'm you, and I'm crackling with youth and power, and the will to die, and the need for it, and the craving for it indeed. Climb that mountain, that hill, and make the light stop blinking, we will.
Yep, and we're going to go up there, we're going to screw in the light bulb so it's not so loose.
One of us is going to hold the light bulb, and the other three are going to run around in a circle until it's back.
They're going to hold the stool and rotate you on the stool.
Indeed.
How many clowns does it take to change a light bulb?
Exactly.
This many.
All right. So, definitely seems to be some funky business afoot. But with this, with your belly full of turnips and other goodies, and these pretty rudimentary but comfortable beds, you guys have a nice rest here in Fernie, in our nice little Shoonie town here. Let me give you guys a rest. Okay. There we go. Alright, you guys have done a little rest. So you get up in the morning, and they have a nice little breakfast all ready for you. Rushala does here. Down on the first floor of the bed and breakfast. Nice classic, eggs, bacon type setup here. Breakfast potatoes. A good healthy breakfast spread. And you guys set out, and Horberdew is out here waiting for you outside the bed and breakfast. He's chilling on the front porch, sitting on like a little swing that hangs from an overhang. He's puffing on what looks like some kind of pipe, probably that good pipe weed that you guys heard about, that Fernie supposedly has. But he sees you all come out the front door and says, well, best we be getting on with it, huh? Have a good rest?
Indeed we did. You coming with?
I'll come as far as I can, and that should at least get you in the right direction for the rest of the path.
Much appreciated, ye.
Sometimes I think of murder.
And that's why we keep them in the right direction.
Well, hopefully no murdering of good folks around here. If you're murdering problems, well, that's fine, but That's a little too spooky for us. But he hops off the little swing here and starts doing a little walk down the path in the middle of town here, and having you guys follow. And you guys head back up a little ways out of Fernie, back up the road you guys came, and partway along the way, he stops and kind of points off to the south and says, "Well, this here's the trail. I'll come down a little bit with y'all, but once it starts getting a little too close, I might turn back. But this is where it's at." And you guys didn't quite notice it before. There was a kind of this tall, kind of path side grass had kind of overgrown a bit and kind of drooped over the trail head here where it crossed with the road. So it's not quite as obvious as it used to be, but you can still see like the dirt's a little worn from foot traffic at some point in the past. But he goes ahead of you guys, parts through the grass and starts heading this way across this path. And you could definitely see, kind of looking out across the land here, that this was certainly a little bit of an easier path to take. There's, like, it's all farmlands are out here, and there's little fences and little stone walls and things crisscrossing the land. You know, kind of if you've ever seen pictures of, like, the British countryside, there's little stone walls everywhere all over the place, across all the moors and whatnot. Kind of like that. But yeah, definitely avoided some awkward clambering going this way. And once you get about a mile down the path, so about maybe a mile and a half from Wellspring Tower itself, Horberdew stops for a moment and he says, "Well, I don't really feel like I want to get too much closer myself, but if you just keep following this way, it'll take you right to the tower. Hopefully you can sort out whatever's wrong, and hopefully it's nothing too scary or dangerous. Let us know, though, will you?"
It's going to be scary. It's going to be dangerous, and by gosh, we'll let you know.
Well, I hope it all goes well and that you all come out all together, and none of you missing, and all of your limbs all together.
If we don't, just take me to a toy maker and they'll fix me right up.
Why, that's certainly something, isn't it? Well, if we can find you, then we'll certainly do just that.
And if you don't, I'll see you in the astral dustbin. Have a great one.
And Horberdew kind of tips his hat at you all.
Walks off towards the tower in the wrong direction, then redirects himself.
Alright, so as you guys get closer to the tower here, you know, like it's kind of casting a shadow over the land here from the sun overhead, and you guys can kind of see, standing in the shadow of the tower, even during the day, looking up at the little orb as it passes in and out of your view, going, you know, around the top of the tower and then behind it, from what you can see. You know, that dimming that you saw last night, it is still happening. Now that you know it's there, it's kind of one of those, you can't unsee it once you see it. But it's this, much like the other one that you've been to, it is a kind of a mud brick stepped pyramid of sorts with 4 tiers and steep sides, and is, you know, clearly many thousands of years old. There's a couple platforms that protrude from its base and have ladders leaning against them from the ground, and there's some flights of stairs that kind of narrowly zigzag back and forth between these platforms, climbing up to a balcony just below the first tier, about 150 feet off the ground, it looks like, which looks to have some kind of doorway. It's much of a similar design as the first one did, that you guys visited. You know, some switchback stairs going up, and then like an entrance partway up the tower to go inside. The whole tower, as you guys kind of get closer here, it almost looks like it's covered in a network of fine cracks. But, you know, as you kind of make it to these stairs, you can see that they aren't actually cracks. There's dead, brittle vines that must have at one point covered the entire tower in like a carpet of greenery. But they've all kind of died as a result of whatever's going on here. leaving only the dead and dried vines all over its surface. The land that you guys have been passing through as well, in the mile or so around the tower itself, is also fairly lifeless. Like, a lot of the grass is wilted and browned, and it's kind of eerily quiet. Stuff has wildlife has left this particular area, with all of the plant life kind of drying up and passing away. And it looks to be coming out the front of the tower, like at the base of this staircase. There's like a water course that looks like it extended from the base of the tower, where supposedly this bubbling stream you've heard about used to come out of, the wellspring that gave it its name. But there is no water coming out of it now. It is a dry stream bed. These stairs loom above you.
I'm gonna walk along the stream bed, see if there's any strange deposits. Old waters leave behind wise rocks.
Okay. Right, so you go ahead and do like an investigation.
I'll do a
Or perception. Perception's right. Investigation, not a separate thing in this. Perception. Keep forgetting.
I also have whiplash from 5e.
Yeah. All right.
I ran 5e yesterday.
All right. So the looking around, like kind of picking through the rocks in this dry stream bed here, you don't really notice too much of a note. You can definitely tell that it used to be a nice bit of water flowing through here. It's typical kind of nice river rocks. They've been worn smooth by the passage of water over time. But the water that once did that to these is currently no more. So that's about all you can really get out of it, though. It's just, it used to be a nice stream here.
Nothing to it than to climb to the tower. The last time the confrontation happened at the top, that's where we gotta get to.
Indeed. Alright, so let me find the map here. So you make your way up to is this the one I want? Ah, okay. Okay. Get this map up here. So you guys, let me put you on here so you can see. Conquer. Scorch. Alright, so the way that you guys have come is, the path kind of came up, at least from the way this map is oriented. The path kind of came up from the south of this particular map, and you guys are currently kind of standing in this dry spring bed here, between these two platforms that are at the base of this tower that these stairs go up. The staircases to kind of go up to the tower, there's two of them. There's one kind of around the corner to the north of you, and then the other one is to the south. If you kind of went back along the edge of the southern platform, there's a pathway that direction as well.
What do you think, guys?
Which way seems brightest?
Oh, I should also mention with that perception roll that you did, looking in the dirt here. I didn't have this particular page about the spring up here. You do actually manage to dig up something of interest here in this spring bed. You unearth a small golden idol of Aroden, it looks like, which was kind of slightly buried in the dust here. And it bears a rune on it. A rune stone on it, actually, which can be used to be applied to a weapon. It's an axiomatic rune. What is this? Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. It seems like it is just a rune stone that you can put a rune into to affix to a weapon of some kind, if you wish. So, potentially of interest at a blacksmith or something later. I'll toss those into the party sheet here.
Okay.
So we have those. But yeah. So he's ever heading to around the north to that side?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you guys kind of get up out of this little dry spring bed here and head to the north. And you see at the, as you guys kind of get up out of this stream bed here, and kind of head towards the ladder that's up this direction, you see that there is a shallow pit near the base of the tower. What looked like the kind of banked... Oh, here, let me unlock the tokens here. It looks kind of like a simple fire pit here that's been put together. The ground is pretty bare, except for a few wisps of dried grass from the lush carpet that must have covered this quite a long while ago. But you see that there are some little kind of holes almost that have been dug into the ground around this fire pit. And little lean-tos have been kind of constructed over them out of hides. And there's shiny rocks and scales and assorted odds and ends that kind of hang from these little things. And you see a group of Zolgaths that seem to be kind of gathered around this fire pit here. The whole area has quite a nauseating stench, a stench that you guys have come to recognize as these Zolgaths. Let me get them on the map here. All right. So, you see all these Zolgaths gathered around this fire pit here, and their little lean-tos of sorts. They don't seem to have noticed you as of yet, but given their proximity to the way up, they probably will.
What can we do to push that one in front of the pit into the pit? Team, come on.
I'm looking. Fucking,
And
I need time to think. Stop yelling at me.
I can just fucking shove. I can do that. I can just dash in and shove.
Don't put your pipe out on me again.
I've never done that. You just ran into my ashtray. God damn it. I told you it wasn't Pop Rocks.
I could try throwing something into the fire, an alchemist thing.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, let me throw an alchemist fire. Try to get it into the like pit area so we can try to get all of them. So,
Okay.
I'll hit them all with cinders.
that's
Yeah,
the
like kind of like
idea.
cause some confusion, maybe like little blindness from the ashes in the eyes, that kind of thing.
Maybe set a few of them on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
God used ember.
Well,
It's not very effective.
You can
there's
hero
a
point it if you
really
like.
terrible one.
You haven't used a hero point this session, and we're pretty close to the end of one, so
You
feel
know
free to
what?
use one if
I
you like.
haven't used the hero point, and I couldn't tell you how long. So yeah, let's hero point this shit.
Okay. God damn it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, with
Look, I had a little too much of that sweet, sweet weed for my little pug friends.
I guess so.
Decided.
The turnips are hitting hard.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
So you're aiming this alchemist fire for the pit here, but you miss, and instead, while you critically miss the fire pit, you hit the one that's sitting right behind it. So roll a. Go ahead and roll the damage on that one that's directly north of the fire pit.
Number 6.
Task failed successfully, yeah. Should be number 3.
It won't let me select them anyways, so I'll just...
Oh, it won't? Okay, yeah, just go ahead and roll it and I'll figure it out. Okay.
This does a lot of crap, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then persistent 2 on that as well.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, they've certainly taken notice of you now with this explosion on the friend of theirs to the north. And they all kind of scramble to their feet here, making various Zolgath noises, and kind of scrabble for their weapons to begin seeing what this disturbance that's fucking with their day is about. So everybody go ahead and roll up your initiative.
Oh, there's that good roll.
Alright, let me get Oz up here as well. Okay. Alrighty. So, top of the order here, we have the one that you hit with... Or wait, no, not the one that you hit. The one on the other side of the fire. So the one on the other side of the fire, it takes an action, going and getting its, it looks like a scimitar that it wields, picks it up from its little lean-to here, and kind of lets out this little kind of hiss in all of your direction, and it moves towards the stairs here. Let's see, 5, 10, and moves up the stairs to try to get the old Obi-Wan Kenobi on you guys. Let's see. Next one here. This is the one that got hit with the fire. He is on fire from the persistent fire damage of your alchemist fire that bounced onto him, and he is kind of writhing a bit in pain here and is trying to take care of this, and is a little bit distracted and doesn't go get his scimitar right away. He's trying a little bit too busy trying to put out this fire that got put on him. But he does move in your guys' direction, kind of angrily continuing to trying to get this burning liquid to go out, to no avail. He does take, what is it, 2 persistent damage you said that takes?
It's on him. It should do it.
It should do it? Okay. I'll let that... Yep, it did. Okay. Alright, so that continues to roll on him as he heads in your direction. Let's see, this one over here on the other side of the fire, he also grabs a scimitar. And he moves... over in this direction, towards you, Braz. And he tries, with his last action here, sweeping at you with his scimitar. Hits. Doing 5 damage to you with that scimitar slash, trying to get a little bit on you for what you did to his friend here. One up at the back here. Also goes, and he grabs a javelin. And he moves 5, 10, also kind of up towards the stairs, try to get the height advantage. And they like all rolled first except for one. This one also grabs a javelin. He stays back where he is. And then throws the javelin at... Oops. Wrong one selected. Throws the javelin at Honker. Oh.
No!
Whew.
Son of a bitch!
Spear and Honker with his javelin. Get a nice little split in the wood from the point of this. Brings us to Grotus, finally.
Medium Humanoid 7 will never survive this. But first, Medium Humanoid 3. They're on a wall. I have wall run, and they're within my 30-foot range for one movement.
Here, I'll
So
go
I'm going to
ahead.
wall run over the one that's in front of Braz and kick the Zolgath skirmisher on the ladder in the face.
Okay,
Many
alright.
times a day, until he falls.
That's fantastic.
I like it. Alright. Noom, off Grotus goes, deftly along this wall.
Oh, fuck you! In stumbling stance. He stumbles forward and then just seems to defy gravity, cartwheeling up this wall. Like climbing up it like some, like the kid from The Ring or something.
Yeah. Like, it's not too hard. Like, the wall, like, these walls at this particular part, they're not, like, vertical walls. They're, like, kind of angled like this.
Yeah.
So you got... Yeah,
He's, like, moving on all fours until he gets to the Zolgath, and then his legs swing forward and he donkey kicks.
Nice. Alright. Alright, go ahead and roll that strike. That is a hit. Alright. Piss poor damage roll, but that is...
Second one because it's a flurry of blows.
Alright.
I'm gonna hero point that because it's time.
Might as well.
Well, shit. Hero points ain't working this time.
I guess not.
So that was a move, stumbling strike, and action. I
Yeah.
still fall to the ground because
Yeah, you instead of falling, you manage to kind of slide yourself back down this wall since it's angled. So you can kind of brace yourself a little bit going down. But this donkey kick that you did manage to land on it does knock it to the north off the ladder, and he kind of clumsily, you knock him backwards, and he hits the angled ground here and kind of rolls down the slope here, kind of landing at the feet of his compatriot here. Take a little bit of bludgeoning damage from that little tumble. Apply a little bit of damage to him for that. Alright, any other actions, Grotus?
I think there was stumbling stance, move, flurry of blows. That's all I can do.
Okay. Braz, got this one in front of you that got a hit on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Oh,
Or, maybe not.
we use it all our rolls on the circus show.
I know.
Ah, damn. Alright, this cut's throwing you a little off balance. It's been a little bit since you guys have been around some Zolgath. Maybe the stink's getting you a little bit too. The misses are coming out wild. This last Zolgath skirmisher here, who hadn't done anything yet, He picks up his scimitar, moves down here, and he strikes at Scorch. Whoo!
No!
Not the best rolls on the damage on him, but he did get a critical on Scorch with that scimitar strike. Honker.
Okay, I will on the... Which one was it that poked at me?
The one that poked at you was number Zolgath Skirmisher 7, who chucked a
7.
javelin at you.
Yeah, are you shish kebabbed right now?
A little bit.
New map controls are a little weird. Okay, 7 is a little far away. Number 6 though, or 16 is close by, and I will, you know, I got like a javelin like sticking into my forehead, like it's like still wobbling, you know, and so like I bend over and I start screaming, and
Oh boy.
then the little guys come out and they like spring out onto the javelin and they're like doing tricks, and I kind of straighten up and I look at number 16 and I'm like, and I say, I appreciate the kindness and charity of your friend in giving me an additional accessory to perform on. Perhaps you, my friend, should use it as an example. And I'll cast this charitable urge spell on them.
Okay.
So they roll will. No. Come on. No whammies, no whammies.
They succeed their will save.
Can I hero point that?
Uh,
Can you use hero points on those?
I don't know.
Excellent question.
Can you hero point and enemies successful save?
I'm thinking the answer's probably not.
Wouldn't it be great if you could, though?
Yeah, it sounds like no, and it's mainly because, like, with spell save stuff, a lot of times with those, they still have some effect.
Yeah, I get some effect. I just don't get what.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So they're stunned
Okay, they're stunned.
as they wrestle with their charitable urges.
Okay.
So I'll drop that on them. Stunned 1. Bam. And then of course the performance that I'm doing in light of this javelin in my noggin will inspire courage amongst my peers.
Naturally, of course.
Because who doesn't get inspired when their friend is shish kebabbed?
Beautiful.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Which brings us to Maz, who will... they got their rapier here, and they're going to use it. So they go after the one that's going after Scorch. Let me go ahead and have them target. Oops. Let's give you a little bit of honker just so you can see Maz. There we go. Alright, targets them, and kablam. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Nice. 18 damage. Stabbing again. Wow, that dice. I totally thought that landed on a 20, but its edge was... It landed weird on the edge of the box. That's lame. Ah, okay. The other two are misses, though, but because I got a good hit on the first one. Scorch, hurting a little bit from that strike. I assume he's attacking back at...
He's going for the throat.
So I got 12. All right. Here we go.
Yeah. Get some.
Alright, criticals. Why is he targeting himself? Well, you got a critical against either one, so alright, so with that, 17 damage to Zolgath Skirmisher 12. And, oh, there's an additional bonus, of course, because he is next to an ally. Pack Tactics bonus. Nice. Max roll on the bonus damage dice. Let me add that additional 6 onto him. Puts us up to... Oh, there we go. And let's see. That also, additionally, knocks that one prone. 12 is pinned under Scorch, who's going ham on that Zolgath. All right, top of the order with Grotus.
Hell yes! Friendship with Zolgath number 3 ended. Zolgath number 6, my new best friend. He's gonna get this flurry of stumbling strikes.
All right, plug him up. Boom, that's a hit. Nice, nice. That's another one.
Roll your Constitution or Fortitude save to be stunned.
All right, Fortitude save. Here we go. Let's see, with his bonuses, that would be a Fortitude. That would be a 32. I'm pretty sure that would pass.
Fair enough. Now get deceived with my feint, so you can be flat-footed or off guard against my next attack.
Okay. Let's see, that one. He is not flat-footed.
Bummer. We'll get punched anyway.
You know what? Fuck you!
Exactly.
Usually I respond.
Misses. Oop.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Honker.
Damn it, I really want something from this guy. This is gonna work sometime, so I just keep like doing my tricks, and I'm like, see, it would help. You die a lot smoother if you just gave to charity.
Okay.
I believe in you. This is going to work.
Oh, he still succeeds that will save.
He'll remain stunned, and then I'll, same thing, inspire some courage.
Does that build on the other stunned? Does that stun him?
Other stunned should drop off here.
Oh, okay, so that only
until,
lasts until you come
There's
back
no
around.
stunned 2 or anything like that. So it shouldn't impact him in that way because there's 2 on there, but one of those should drop off maybe at the end of his turn, but he'll be stunned a whole another round because I'm, burning his spell slots like I burned myself with nobody else's round.
Alright, anything else aside from your Inspire Courage?
Nope.
Okay.
That's my 3 actions, sir.
Okay, Maz, back on the stabby train with the rapier. And hitting. Nice. Just keep on it. Critical miss. We haven't done a hero point for Maz, so Maz is going to hero point that one. Doesn't roll much better. These hero points are not working out for us this time.
They are not.
Damn. Alright, although this one... Wait, hold on. That guy was prone. So that would probably change... Does prone change about their... Prone Pathfinder?
That's a fun one. I think it's harder to hit.
It
with
makes them
ranged.
flat-footed. So it makes them flat-footed, and they take... Okay, so that would... Okay, so that means... Let's see, would these have... Either of these have hit, given that? Let's see. What is your AC? No, they would not have. Closer, but not quite. Darn. Alright, but he's still prone under that one. Alright, Zolgath Skirmisher 1 on the stairs. He continues moving up the stairs and gets up on the platform kind of above you guys to kind of get a better vantage point. And tries chucking a javelin from there at Maz. Hits. And then chucks another one. And a miss. Alright, so look at Skirmisher 12 is prone on the ground underneath Scorch. Tries to fight off Scorch. Doing a strength check here. Does not manage to fight off Scorch. Continues being pinned. Doesn't really get much out of his turn. 16 over here by you. Braz. Again comes after you with the scimitar. Woofs that one. And that one. Oh, whoops, I didn't do the minus bonus on the last one there. That should not have been a hit, I don't think. Nope, critical miss. Okay. There we go. Alright, number 3. He's the one that got kicked, donkey kicked, and rolled back down. Spends an action getting back up off the ground. And that's kind of an angry hiss in your direction, Grotus. Comes running at you here. And tries striking at you with his scimitar. And misses. Number 6 is the one that is still on fire from the persistent damage, which will take off in a bit. But he also tries to strike at Grotus here, seeing you do your little wall running trick and donkey kicking his friend. Here we go. Smacking. Rolls a 1. Tries again. Doesn't do much better. Manages to roll a 20 on the last damage dice. All of the chances. With that, thankfully, with that minus bonus at that stage, didn't do a crit, so only does a little bit of damage. So that worked out, I guess. All right. All right, persistent damage ticking off on that one. Number 7 is the one back here. Tossed the javelin before. He gets another javelin hefted up here. And decides to try to add another one to your forehead, Honker. And does. All right, the amount of potential miniature acrobatics platforms on Honker's face are increasing. And that one is a critical miss. And that one is a 1. All right. Scorch on top of this one on the ground. I assume going for the throat. All right, off we go. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Oh, misses some. Wait, hold on. Let's see, with the minus bonus for the prone. Damn, that still would have missed. Okay, darn. Somehow manages to dodge this wolf chomping at his throat here on top of him. Braz.
I'm gonna attack the one in front of me again.
Okay. That's a hit. Nice, nice. That is also a hit. All right. Oh, all 3 hits. Let's go.
I had to
Nice.
make up for him missing all 3 times.
Braz getting some good smacks in at last. Let's go. All right. Honker at the top of the order this time around.
Honker's feet. So I will look at number 7. That's the one that's hit me twice now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One over by the fire pit.
I will look at number 7 as like all of my little guys that are dancing on these 2 now javelins that are stuck in me kind of all pull out various tiny little musical instruments and start playing all chaotically.
Mm-hmm.
And that would make, yep, everybody. Let me untarget the party.
Okay. Doing your dirge.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Dirge of Doom.
All right.
And so they're all kind of like a little bit frightened of me now. And um and then I'll look at 16 and I will say, your friend is trying to be charitable, but he's not being very kind. He's making me think hard. And I will cast an elevated phantom pain on the
Ooh.
skirmisher.
Oh, still succeeds the will.
Yeah, that's not a terrible thing on this spell.
Okay.
Full
What's the
damage.
what? How much does that do?
Level 4, so I will do damage 3 times. That's
Oh shit.
6d4.
Woo! All right, roll it up.
And then
Nice.
if he would have failed, it would have been 3d4 persistent, like on their turn. Just make them like
That's nice.
break down
Damn.
while I think of murder. That's my turn.
All right. We move to Maz as Honker's little dudes continue playing clowncore music. Maz stabbing at the dude pinned under Scorch. It's a hit. It's enough.
Nice.
That guy goes down. Let's see. Where's 12? Let me delete him from the list. There he is. Boom. He's gone. All right. And moves on with her other attacks to the one that's been whapping on Braz here. Let's see. Maz. Target. Skirmisher. 16. There we go. And hit number 2. Nice. Still a hit. Good rolls on the damage dice. And a miss. All right. Zolgath, Skirmisher 1 is frightened and tries to chuck some javelins down in Maz's direction. And I believe this is, if I remember, yeah, see, frightened, yeah, frightened does a -1. And higher levels of frightened is, -2, -3, whatever, 2 rolls and bonuses and whatnot. So, see if that does that right. Dun, dun. Well, that should have been the javelin, but it's the same bonus either way, so I'll just roll the damage on the javelin then. All right. Tries to throw another one. Misses. Misses. All right. 16. The one here in the middle of things. Keeps going after Braz. Whew.
Well, fuck me.
Well, at least they rolled pretty shit on their dice. Those ones, 1 out of 3. That's not too good. All right, here comes another one. Critical miss. And a miss again. Okay, 3. The one that's going after Grotus that got donkey kicked. He swipes. Oh, wait, and isn't he's like stunned or something from the kick or something, right? Didn't somebody...
Not unless he failed his Constitution save. I think he passed that.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay. So 3. Target. Grotus. Here we go. With a miss. And a critical miss. Damn, dude. That donkey kick really messed some stuff up. Yep.
Addled his brain.
Addled indeed. All right, this guy, the one that's still on fire from the beginning, is also going after Grotus with a 1. And a 2. With a miss. And a 3. Still a miss. All right. 7 in the back. Oh, there's the persistent fire damage. Let's see. 7. Hurting a bit from the phantom pain. Is not very fond of Honker. Keeps trying the old javelin business. Trying to make...
like infinite javelins?
I guess they are. That's a good point. They are thrown. Yeah, that is a good point. I don't think javelins are like if it was like arrows, yeah, whatever. But javelins, that is a good point. That is a good point. So in that case, he is going to come down here and move past his friend here. He's going to try... Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have javelins. He's done javelins. Okay. He's going to move up here. And try to smack. Same bonus on the scimitar, so that's still a miss. We'll just roll scimitars instead. Missing and... missing. Damn, these guys. All right, Braz.
Okay. Let's see if we can get him.
Nice. Ooh. Come on. Aw.
Okay.
At least we got a little bit. Grotus. Dudes on all sides.
Number 16.
Okay.
Getting finished off first.
Yep, he is not looking too hot. Well, pow. And boom.
Next is a deception against number 6.
Okay.
Fake him out.
All right, that succeeds. He is faked.
And then he is going to be off guard for this next flurry of blows.
Okay, fuck him up. All right, striking true.
Second one.
Okay.
All right, that will be my turn.
Okay. Brings us to Scorch. Runs up to Zulgath, Skirmisher 7 here.
Bites him.
And bites him. Oh. Manages to dodge. Honker.
Oh no, they're not scared anymore.
It did indeed expire.
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Okay. Dirge re-upped. Clown core music continues.
And then I'll do my Phantom Pain again at level 1
Okay.
this time.
It fails.
Oh, nice.
All right, roll them nice damages.
And then, all right, cool.
All righty. Braz, the one in front of you has gone down. What are you doing?
I'll move up next to Grotus. And I'll go after 6 with my club.
Cool. That strikes. Snake Eyes damage, though. Oof.
Okay, that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Number 1. Up above here. He begins moving back this direction to rejoin his comrades here. He's on the stairs. Kind of above you, Grotus, but not quite in range due to the stairs where he is. But he kind of brandishes his scimitar at you and says something in a language you don't understand, but it sounds cursy. Rude. Yeah, I know. All right, number 3 here in front of Grotus. Laying on the smacks with a hit. And another hit. And a critical miss. Number 6. It's not looking too hot in the middle of everybody here. He kind of desperately claws once at Grotus. Misses. And once at Honker. Oh, wait, that should have been with the minus bonus. Hold on. Second attack minus. Okay, still hits. And then one last claw swipe. Rolling a 1. That's not going anywhere. Still takes persistent damage from this fire he just can't put out. This flammable liquid is not doing him any favors. Number 7 here strikes at Scorch. Oops, wrong target. There we go. All right, strikes at Scorch. Ooh.
No.
Ooh. Big hits on Scorch. Scorch looking a little rough. Not because he's a dog. Miss. Oh, still hits on the third one. Whew.
My poor sweet puppy.
Scorch needing some love. All right, Maz. Maz moves up. And she kind of moves up here with Scorch. Gotta help him out a bit here. He targets that Zolgath. Brings on the hits. Let's go. 1. Nice. 2. Nice. Takes him down. 7 is gone. And with the last strike, goes for number 6. Oh, misses. Grotus.
Gross is gonna tenderize the rest of this meat.
Alrighty.
Not that time.
Not that
Very blows. Should have done the stumbling stance.
Ooh.
Well, the dice don't like me tonight, so I'm just gonna let it be.
They do not. All right. Scorch. He is hurting, but...
Yeah. I want him to stay back for now.
Okay. He moves back behind. He comes over behind you.
Well, good boy.
All right. Ma's at the top of the order this time. All right. Let's let the stabs roll. Let's go. Critical.
Beautiful.
Woo! Woo-hoo! All right. 6 gets deleted. And with the second action moves up, and then third tries to strike at 3. And it's still a hit. Nice. All right. I was outputting some damage. All right. Zolgath Skirmisher 1 up here on the stairs leaps at Grotus. Claws outstretched, trying to kind of pounce on him and pin him to the ground. Let's see. Let me move him back so I can actually see and target things. Okay, targeting Grotus with the claws out. Hits, landing on Grotus. I'll just leave him off to the side a little bit there, like that. And swipes at you. Grotus, give me a strength save.
Here it comes. Wait, we don't have that under saves.
Or not strength. Reflex. Do reflex for this one. We'll do reflex for this one. Reflex makes more sense to dodge out of the way. Okay,
Yes, it does.
so you manage to sidestep his attempt to like knock you prone. He still swipes you with the claws, but you're still up, and he kind of lands on the ground next to you and Braz here at the kind of foot of this ziggurat. And his other action, aside from his jump here, he tries to do another claw. Missing. All right. Zolgath 3. Also going at Grotus. Missing. And missing. And critical missing. All right.
Alright.
Grotus.
So Zolgath 1, having hit me, is
Correct.
while I was performing stance, is now off guard.
Correct.
So here comes that flurry of blows. We'd love to see it.
Let's go. Hey, critical.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice. And another hit.
Hits keep on coming. He's gonna have to make that save to be stunned because that was the flurry. He got the blows.
Okay. That's the fortitude one, yeah?
Yes.
All right, fortitude save. 21.
It looks like for me that I think that passes.
Okay.
Whatever my thing is. Oh no, total 27. Yeah, my proficiencies.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, he would be stunned. Okay,
Yeah, so he's stunned one now.
nice.
And then yeah, third and final attack. Well, I guess deception on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your deception.
Get deceived, motherfucker. I can deceive you.
All right, he is deceived.
So he's off guard for this final attack.
Okay. Has a hit.
Stunned, deceived, beaten, go down.
Discombobulated.
Recovery time 6 months.
All right, Honker.
I think that I'll keep my dirge going.
Okay.
Keep them frightened. That seems to kind of help them keep from hitting me too hard. And then I will cast a. That's right. I'll cast a heightened spirit link on Scorch.
Okay.
We'll cast that at level 3.
All right.
Okay, so the effect will kick in right away. I can't do any healing. Or link to him, and then he will take 6 heal each turn. That'll be my turn.
Nice. All right, Braz.
I will go for number 1 here.
All right. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Nice. All right. That's what we'd like to see. 1 is gone. 1 remains.
And I'll use my last turn to move up closer to this other one.
All right. Scorch. Still hanging back?
Yes.
Okay. Honker at the top of the order.
Keep up the dirge, and then does this happen on my turn or? Look. Yep. So this is the start of my turn. Get healed some more.
Okay. Nice.
There we go. And then I will cast a level 1 Phantom Pain on the one that's left.
Okay. And he fails that save. All right.
Rip. The persistent damage killed him.
Oh, so it
Or
did.
wait.
Wait, no, it didn't. It didn't.
No, for some reason, I read dying there for a second. Nope. Apologize.
Yep, he still got a little bit. Yep. All right, Grotus.
All right. Stomach strike.
Ooh.
Critical.
Out the gate with a crit. Nice. And another.
Roll to be stunned.
All right. Fortitude on him. He rolls a 30. He's not stunned.
Yeah, not stunned. You beat my 27. Fair enough, then. Be deceived. Fuck.
He is not deceived either.
Final strike. Just cause, yeah, maybe I'll get a crit. Have it.
We can hope.
It's a crit! Let's go!
Miracles do happen, everyone, for minimal damage.
Pity miracles. All right, this Zolgath is barely holding on, and
He is above 0.
yeah, he tries swinging wildly at Grotus here.
Is this what you want to do with your last 6 seconds?
Miss. Ooh, what a shitty way to end his life. Oh, he did get a crit. He did get a crit.
Both ways. You deserve it.
Ooh, all right, and one last strike. It's a miss. All right, Moz. Let's see if Moz takes us out with the rapier. Let's see. Oh, she's already targeting him. Cool. And hit. That's all we needed. He had 1 health. All right, he goes down. All right, and we will call it there for today. Seems Zolgaths once again are fucking with these Aeon Towers for some reason.
They really need to get a life.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, we'll pick this up in 2 weeks as we look more into what's up with Wellspring Tower. And we'll see you then.
Hell yeah.
For like increments of 6 seconds, once in a while, Honker just screams as he transfers health to Gort.
Wonderful.
But he's like going about things normally, right? Like rifling through pockets and just and then like rifling through pockets and you guys have a good night.
Yeah, see you guys. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. And let me see if there is anybody I can toss us at here. See, Sandby is doing some art. Well, let's go raid Sandby. Cool. Well, next time you see us, we'll probably be doing more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Probably sometime this weekend, I assume. But yeah, otherwise, have a good one.